Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So, today's video is how I became psychic, what I went through, and basically how I came to be and why I'm doing this. So, it all started when I was a little kid. I'm talking like probably like 5, 7 years old. I would see these sparkles, like sparkles of light. I would see them all the time, and like they would be swirling around. It'd be like 30, 50 of them just swirling around in like a cluster, and they would just appear and then they would just disappear. And then and I still see them to this day. Um, Even to, I remember going to my mom about it, and I told my mom about it, like I'm seeing like these sparkles flying around me and stuff. And my mom, like, honestly she just told me that my brain was developing, so it's messing with my eyesight. That's basically what she said. And yeah. um Also too, I had a premonition happening at a very young age. Like when I would go out to a restaurant with my family, I had this jolt of knowledge. It felt like I was hit with a knowing. Like I knew something was about, like the cup was gonna fall and spill on the table. And that happened to me like 3 times in my life. And it felt like a a jolt of knowledge. Like I was like hit with knowledge, literally like hit with it. And I knew that it was gonna fall and spill, but I just didn't know how. I didn't know how it was gonna spill. I just knew it was gonna spill pretty soon. And it was a weird feeling. It was like I got hit with knowledge, like a like a That's the Raven moment. I didn't see a vision or anything like that, but it was like I know, like a knowing. And it's called claircognizance. So I was in a restaurant, the jolt that happened, the jolt of knowledge, and then all of a sudden, the waitress, put the food down, and then the cup spilled. And then I was like, dang. A couple years later, I went to a restaurant. That same feeling, that sensation, the jolt of knowledge hit me. This time the cup spilled, and I'm like, yo, that is so weird. And then the third time it happened, it was another years later. It happened. I was at Red Robin's with my aunt, and we were sitting on these stools or whatever. So it was really high up off the ground, and these glass cups were there. I got like a Shirley Temple, and the same thing happened again back when I was a kid, and I was more of an adult. So this time I was ready. I was like, oh heck no, is this really about to happen again? I got hit again with a jolt of knowledge, and this time I was ready. I was like, I felt this sensation happened when I was a kid. Now I'm an adult. I'm gonna see this happen. I think I was in high school. I was just about to graduate, and this happened. And the cup, and I had the cup too. Like I didn't touch it. I didn't touch the cup or anything. I just looked at it. I'm like, it's on the table. I don't know how this is gonna spill. I don't know how. Like, I don't know. So this time I just looked at my cup and I watched it. I was watching it, and within like 10 to 15 seconds, the lady comes with their food, and she puts the food down on the table. Her arm knocked my drink, and then it fell off the table and shattered onto the ground. And this time I was like, ooh, something is telling me something. I'm gifted. I'm like an X-Men or something. Like, so after that happened, also too, growing up, my sister, she would see ghosts all the time. She never talked about it. Something I never knew. This was something in my adulthood now. I'm 25 now, but now as an adult, my sister came forth and told me that she would see these beings, and me and her shared a room. So I never saw them as a kid, but she did. So, yeah, so I thought that was weird. So my awakening, like actually able to communicate with beings and see them and stuff like that, that stuff did not start happening until I was 14 years old. I was a freshman in high school. I grew up Christian. I grew up in the church. I was going to 2 churches, Christian, so when it comes to psychic stuff, witchcraft, all that stuff is considered evil, and it's something that, you know, you shouldn't be messing with, and it's stuff that you should not be doing. So that's how I grew up, and that's why I had to dismiss a lot of the things that happened to me growing up, because it was not appropriate in the living situation that I was living in, and also me going to church and stuff like that. And I would also go to youth group on Wednesdays, so that was also during the week too. So I grew up going to church, basically. What else happened? So when I was a freshman in high school, this girl brought a Ouija board to school. She brought this Ouija board to school. She basically was playing around with it in this after school program where I would go get tutoring and also do my homework. I remember I freaked out, got really scared. I literally was about to get my little cross necklace and be like... So basically when she played with it, something followed me home that day. And I honestly, I don't really know, but all I know, later on that day, I did panic in there. I was a little uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable. Everyone was picking on her, calling her a witch and like all this stuff. And next thing I knew, I walk home. Later on that night, the light switches were turning on by themselves. I thought I was losing my mind. Like, I literally would go to the bathroom, the light switch would be turned off. And I know I just turned on this hallway light to go use the bathroom, because I was a little wuss, because I had a big, like a 2-story house. It was pretty big and spacious. So at night, it'd be pretty dark downstairs, and, you know, so I get scared. So I would leave the light on, you know, when I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, right? So the light would be turned off, and I know I just turned the light on. So I will flip the switch back on, and I'm like, okay. And there's times where I will just turn on the light, go like exit out of the room, and I come back, the lights is off. Someone's turning off the light, and there's no one else in the house but me. So I would just get really creeped out by that. And then all of a sudden too, I started seeing things in the corner of my eyes, you guys. I would see shadows of things darting past me, and it would be like someone is there, and then I would look, and then it's gone. So I was really scared. I was really freaking out. And then that's when my things started happening to my aunt. She was living in the house too. She started seeing things. I started seeing things, beings. I would describe what they look like to my aunt. She said, "Oh my God, I saw that too." It was a lot. And then my uncle was living downstairs. And then my grandmother, she claimed that she didn't see anything, and that me and my aunt need to stop going seeing horror movies and stuff. And we didn't even see horror movies like that all the time. Just always here and there. But we saw a lot of things going on in that house. My uncle claimed he never saw it neither. So anyways, I started seeing fairies. I started seeing them in the house. I would communicate with them, talk to them. I would hear voices in my head. And I would see them, and they were see-through, so they were like a spirit form. Also too, I saw this black figure. He wore a trench coat, and then he had this little cowboy pointed hat, and he was tall. He was like 8 feet tall, and he would manifest himself physically. I would see him. He was a black shadow being, and he was showing up when no one was around, when I was by myself in the house. And it would always happen around like dusk time at night. That's when he would come out. And I remember just seeing him. He would appear, and he would be tall. I mean, tall, black, and scary. And I'm about to cry. I can't. I'm like on camera admitting all the stuff that I've seen, and it feels like I'm making it up. I sound crazy, whatever, but it happened, and I'm on here to see if anyone else went through what I went through. I don't know, but he never attacked me. I never got scratches or anything like that, but he would make himself known and appear. And my cat, that's how I knew I wasn't crazy, is because my cat would see it. He would stare at it as if he saw it too, and I saw it too. And he would just appear, and then he would just disappear like that. And then over time, I was seeing him for like a month. He was just appearing and then disappearing. And then after that, I just stopped caring about it. I just started ignoring him. And I was just like, I wasn't scared of him anymore because he would just appear and then disappear. I didn't hear anything from him. I didn't hear any growling. I didn't hear anything. He was just silent. He would just appear and then disappear. I never got any scratches, and I never was attacked. He never charged at me. Stuff like that. What else? I started just seeing other things going on in the house. I would see other like ghost spirits. My grandfather died. He ended up visiting me. I will do another story time on that. And then I just started researching it. And then I ended up going to the rock shop, and then I got some crystals there. I ended up going up to this lady, letting her know like I see dead people and stuff like that, and I needed help, and I was in high school. There was no one I could really talk to about it. My family, grandmother was super Christian, so she just thought church was the answer for everything. No tea, no shade, but I love her, but it's just she couldn't really help me. So my aunt would take me to go to the psychic group thing, and then like I would go and like tell them what I've been seeing and stuff like that. So they just kind of gave me tips on like what to do, like get a bowl of salt and like leave it by my bed, stuff like that, because it's supposed to distort them or whatever. What else? So back when I was at the Crystal Rock shop, I went up to this lady. I told her I see dead people. She said, my son helps people like you. And I swear to God, he was like an angel sent to me. So he basically helped me with my gifts. He taught me everything that he knew. And, you know, I stopped seeing him. So basically that black shadow being what he was definitely, I don't think he was human. I don't think he was, sorry, my camera died. But back to what I was saying, that black shadowy being, was not human. What, my friend told me what it was that my friend is an experienced psychic. So he told me that it was basically something that came from that Ouija board. Because what Ouija boards are, they create portals for anything to come through, whether it's good or bad. And because I was panicking and kind of just not having it with that Ouija board, I released a lot of energy, a lot of like negative energy. That thing was feeding off my energy, and basically it feeds off fear and stuff like that. And I think that's why it was hanging around me, because I was giving it power. But then when I stopped caring and ignoring it and just acting like it didn't exist to me, it left, because I wasn't giving it no energy for it to feed off of, and that's why I stopped seeing it. And I haven't seen it to this day, and I hope to God that thing never comes back. But what was I gonna say? But yeah, after that, I got into like angel healing, like angels and stuff like that, because I've seen fairies, I've seen ghosts and spirits and stuff. The Bible talks about angels, and there's psychics that work with angels and stuff like that. So I was like, let me give this a shot, because Pandora box had opened. I was hungry for more information about this, because this is like a whole new world, a whole new veil of things that I've seen, and no one talks about it. So I started digging and diving and started doing research on this stuff. So I ended up going to Barnes and Nobles. That was something that me and my aunt would do, and we would just go in the spiritual section and look at all the books. I was really interested into angels. I really wanted to know what they were, what they talked about, or what they do, and if in the Bible what they say what angels are, if it was true. So I ended up talking to my guardian angel. So I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not gonna really go into any of that, because I feel like that stuff is kind of personal. But one night I did ask. Of course it was at night. That's when all these things happened. I I asked, I said, what is your name? I want to connect with you. And I kid you not, I heard a voice in my head. I heard her say her name. And then all of a sudden I saw like these orbs of light going in my room, circling around my room. And then I had an old Amazon box that it was taped shut, and the tape was peeling off. And you can hear like the tear of the tape coming off the box, and it came off on its own. I can't believe that. I was kind of spooked, but at the same time I was like, there's something beyond our realm. There's something beyond this world that we don't even know and can't explain. Maybe we do know and can explain it, but there's other intelligence out there, higher intelligence. They just exist on another another dimension, frequency. They exist on another realm, pretty much. But yeah, I had connections with angels. I will tell you guys more. I mean, there's videos of me talking to Archangel Michael, but and connecting with him and seeing him. So definitely. But now I've also did paranormal. I was in a paranormal group where I would go to cemeteries, go to like haunted places, and it was like 3 experienced psychics, and then, or I would say intuitives now, that's what they call us now, intuitives. It was 3 experienced intuitives, and then 3 paranormal investigators, and they had like technical equipment to use to EP, like talk to ghosts and stuff like that. So that was a fun time. That was fun. I'll do story times on those. But definitely here I am. I'm working on my, I was told that this is like my sole purpose. This is like my, the reason why all these paranormal things been happening to me since I was a kid. I was definitely meant for this path, and I was meant to go down this path. And also I've been to a bunch of psychics. I would not tell them anything about my past, what I'm telling y'all, but it would always come up in the readings that I'm a healer and that I'm meant to do like psychic readings, help heal people, spread healing and stuff like that. They said that my soul is from other, the reason why I reincarnated here is because I'm actually a star child. I come from other planets. I spent lives on other dimensions and planets, and I came into this life in order to help lift the vibration of the planet up, to do healing, and they said I'm a healer and like all that stuff. So I was running from that. I really didn't want to do that, but after running from it for some time, for years, I would say, it just kept coming back stronger and harder. I kept seeing a lot more paranormal things happening in the middle of the night. I would hear like grocery bags crunching and squishing, things in my room getting moved around when there was no one in my room, physically speaking. I would kept seeing things, feeling uncomfortable around people all the time, getting anxiety, picking up on people's energy. It was just like a lot. And now I'm starting to realize I've been having like a lot of stomach issues too. But when I started opening up psychically, started meditating, started to do the readings and stuff, I've noticed things are going back to normal. And also too, my life too, like people, my connection with people are a lot better now, and it's like I'm back on path. And so now I'm embracing myself and telling people what I've been through and telling my story. And yes, it is uncomfortable. It's not easy talking about this kind of stuff. It's already hard enough when you don't fit in on this planet, and then you are talking about this stuff, It's like, Jesus, this lady is crazy, all this stuff. But you know what? I'm just tired of hiding it. I'm just gonna put everything out on the table. I'm coming on here to tell y'all the things that I went through, and I have more crazy paranormal things that happened to me. But yes, I am an intuitive. I do readings. I've been doing this since I was 13, 14 years old. I'm 25 now. I'm pretty experienced. So yes, if you guys want a reading from me, I'll leave my Etsy shop down below, and you can book a reading with me. But I hope this video helped y'all. I hope it resonated with y'all. I hope Two, that it lets y'all know that y'all not alone either, because everyone has the gift. It's just some people are just, it's more open than others. It's like a muscle, you know. Some people are born with more muscle than people, like more stronger fit because of genetic genes, I guess. And then some people, their abilities are just more dormant, and maybe they have a little bit of psychic ability. You just have to work on it, and then it develops stronger and stuff like that. So everyone has a gift, but if you want a reading from me on learning how to develop your gift, or wanting a reading from me in general about a situation or whatever you need clarity and guidance from, definitely you guys can come to me. So I hope this video helps you out. Don't forget to give this video a big comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video next week. Stay magical.